We're so glad that you guys are here today.
Welcome to our annual White House Correspondents Garden Brunch.
I'm very excited. The energy is just woo!
This weekend, it's prom for the old people.
I haven't been to one of these since when Ford was president. I was the MC.
All these power players are here and everyone in the media is here, and it's a very exciting event.
It's nice to be out of Los Angeles to New York and to be in a different crowd and amongst, you know, the political powerhouses and kind of get plugged in that way. And that's who I'm interested in meeting and hanging out with tonight.
Nothing overshadows the dinner because the president is still the headliner and we give out a lot of scholarship money, but this gets better and better every year.
Wow, this is a great gig.
Yeah.
Almost as good as Morning Joe.
Does DC, everywhere needs a Glee Club.
Our Washington is very scandalous, and I can't testify to how scandalous the real Washington is.
I heard it is equivalent to the Oscars.
If you could pick a celebrity to be at your table beside yourself, who would you pick?
I'd pick the president. Who would you pick?
I'm going to the White House Correspondents' Dinner.
This is I believe my 7th.
Yesterday I got a tour of the White House. I was in the Situation Room.
For a weekend at least, I think it is a mutual admiration society. And that's a nice thing.
This is one of the great occasions where you have the excuse to get together and enjoy people that you have a lot in common with, hang out with, and it's usually you brush right past.
It's always fun no matter who the president is, both parties and lots of people are independents and whatever else is. But it doesn't matter whether you're a mugwump or whatever. This is a nice weekend of people having a great social occasion, and in this case, for a good cause.
We want to introduce you to some incredible folks that are here and hand out some well-deserved awards.
I just want to say thank you to this room, a room of power and influence, and you're using your voices and your time today to celebrate 2 great causes and some great leaders that lead them.
We also wanted to celebrate all our nation's entrepreneurs, because the way we look at it, this nation really was built by entrepreneurs, and that's why we're the leading economy in the world. And we need to continue to celebrate their work, champion their work. One of the things we've done with the Startup America Partnership is build a national movement around entrepreneurs, building up ecosystems all around the country. Thank you.
Some folks are stronger than others. Some folks are able to pull themselves up straight uphill and pull the rest of us with them. Everybody comes to Washington because they say, hey, we're going to change the world, and on occasion, we're privileged to meet somebody who actually does. She's not perfect, however. She married this guy and has been married to him for over 30 years. But nevertheless, David, I'd like to ask the man who knows her best to please come up here and introduce our honoree and innovator.
It's really, really good to be here. This is a great weekend. There is a little bit of narcissism involved in all of that, but it does remind us that even as we have our differences, there's so much that we share, and that's what this event is about. Susan started this organization. It's now raised over $20 million for research, 100 research grants all over the world. That are on the cutting edge approaches that would not have been funded but for cure, that are now offering great hope for the future. So I have the privilege of introducing not just my best friend, not just a wonderful wife, but someone who I genuinely think of as my hero. That's my wife, Susan.
Right now I'm a little choked up, but I accept this and am incredibly honored to have friends and supporters like you joining this cause. And I accept it on behalf of 50 million people worldwide, 3 million people in this country, and those families who are so so desperate for answers. And you know, the difference we can make with your help is just amazing.
Let's find a cure!
My grandmother died 75 years ago, needlessly after she gave birth to my mother in a small town in China. But even today, every minute a woman dies in developing country during pregnancy and childbirth.
And the tragedy of this is that this does not have to happen. It can so easily be fixed.
Man up for moms!
What's the best advice your mom has given you guys?
I think the most important advice is the daily advice to keep the right attitude and stay humble through this whole walk that we're going through. And she's the best mother in the world.
That's a great way to put it, huh? Every day is Mother's Day?
Yeah, that's how I live my life.
Americans continue to be generous, and knowing about something like the cure, where research for epilepsy is so important. We've certainly put some new effort behind government research, but having private money help to drive that is hugely important.
Well, I think all these good causes need publicity.
We have to wake up, and we have to really put out a celebrity and our politics and our news around these issues.
This is a great event, you know, for the White House Correspondents' Dinner. A lot of wonderful people are here that can take this message home with them and pass it on to a lot of great people that can then, you know, turn out more support for a great cause like this.
There's a lot of great parties, a lot of great celebrities, but it's really about the kids and the causes.